Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to start chapter number 6. So there are some basic definitions before we go into the chapter number 6. So we will discuss the main part of these definitions today. So this chapter is relating to building drawing. So we have covered the chapter number 1 so far. We have covered chapter number 2. We have covered chapter number 3. So far you have learned how to draw the different views of the drawing of any physical object. Uh, we have covered the orthographic projection. You draw in the orthographic projection, you draw different view, the side views, the top view. Then you have learned the different ways to make these views. You have learned the first angle of projection, the third angle of projection, and all that stuff has been covered before the midterm examination. Now we are in the chapter number 6. This course content belongs to the lecture which were scheduled after the midterm examination. So we are starting the chapter number 6. So there are some basic definitions. Number 1, we are starting with the concrete. So as you know, the concrete, what is concrete? First of all, concrete is a mixture of stone particles and some suitable binding material. While in a fresh state, concrete is a like a plastic or a fluid like and may be molded to any shape, but with the time it hardens and become an artificial stone like material because of small size particles. Because small size particle may be assembled at the site to provide any desired architectural shape, and because of the relatively lesser cost, concrete is used for the most of the construction. So there are two main constituents or ingredients, you can say, which the concrete is made up of. Number 1 is the binding material, and number 2 is the filler material. So in the concrete, we have major share is of two materials. One is the binding material and the other is the filler material. The binding material is a paste. Normally, it is a material which binds the other particles, filler material. So in the binding material, maybe the cement, it may be the lime, it may be clay sometime. So for the modern construction or for the normal construction nowadays, we use the cement as a binding material. What are the filler material? It is required to reduce the cost and at the same time provide sufficient strength. Most commonly, filler material is composed of the natural round gravels or the crushed stones, but the other materials like brick ballast. What is a brick ballast? Brick ballast is a crushed bricks, bloated clay, and iron chips. These are the hard particles of the clay. Iron chips may also be used in some cases. The filler material may also be termed as the aggregates. The filler material, we say that normally these we also name or we also term the filler material as the aggregate particles. So the aggregate particles may be of different sizes. Some are bigger sizes, some are lesser sizes. So we have further classified the aggregate sizes into two types. One is the fine grained particles or fine aggregates. The other one is the coarse grained particles or coarse aggregates. So any particle size which is less than or equal to 3 by 16 of an inch will be classified as fine aggregate, or any particle size which is greater than 3 by 16 of an inch will be classified as coarse particle or coarse aggregates. So we have different types of concrete. So I have told you already that the concrete is a mixture of two materials. One is the filler material and the second one is the binding material. When we mix these two ingredients together, when we mix these aggregates and cement together, and we add some water, obviously water evaporates, so we don't mention the water here, that water is a ingredient of the concrete. because water evaporates, but water allows the cement to settle, or it allows the cement to bind with the other aggregate particles. So we have some types of concrete. Number one is the plain cement concrete. Plain cement concrete, as the name indicates, it is a plain cement concrete. It is abbreviated as PCC. It is a simple concrete without the provision of the embedded steel. Sometimes we add the steel bars inside the concrete. You may have seen the sites where the construction is going on. So you may have seen some of the figures. For example, here we have, you may have seen in the construction that you have some steel bars, then you pour that concrete inside this steel bar to make the different structural member like columns, like beams, like slabs, roof slab type things. So we have different, like we have to pour so I was telling you that we have different types of concrete. The concrete in which we do not have steel bars is classified as the plain cement concrete. We mix we have different mixing ratios. The plain cement concrete can be made up of 1:2:4. What does it means by 1:2:4? I have told you earlier that in the concrete, what are the ingredients? What are the ingredients? There are two basic ingredients of the concrete. One is binding material. The other one is filler material. In the binding material, what we have? We have cement, for example. What we have got in the filler material? In the filler material, we have fine aggregates. We also have coarse aggregates. Right? So the fine aggregates are also called as sand. Okay. And the crushed stones are used as coarse aggregates. They have different sizes. So we can say that if we have concrete, we have binding material, which is cement. We have fine aggregates, which is sand. We have coarse aggregates, which is crushed stones, or I will write as aggregates only. Crushed stones are also classed, just you name as, in normal language we say that these are aggregates. So we have to mix all these things, all these three things, and we have to add water to make a paste. This is called as concrete, right? For example, if you put that in any mold, there will be some bigger particles, there will be some smaller particles, there will be sand particles. So different shape of aggregates. crushed aggregates. So it will be a mixture of all these things, and this will be called as concrete. The plain cement concrete, there will be, if we have a plain cement concrete, plain cement concrete, what does it mean? It means we do not have steel bars. There will be no steel bars in it. But if we have another concrete which has some steel, if there is some steel, this is called RCC, that is reinforced cement concrete. So now coming back on the plain cement concrete, the plain cement concrete will consist of cement, sand, and aggregates. How we will mix them? We will mix them, and in what proportion we will mix them. So we have different proportions in which we have a plain cement concrete mixed in a ratio 1:2:4. We have a plain cement concrete mixed in a 1:4:8. We have a plain cement concrete mixed in a ratio 1:3:6, and different proportions can be. What does it means by 1:2:4 or 1:4:8 or 1:3:6? What does it means? It means if we are saying that, well, we have a concrete, we have a plain cement concrete, and we have a mixing ratio of 1:2:4, for example, 1:2:4. It means 1 parts of cement, 2 parts of sand, and 4 parts of crushed stones or aggregates. I'm writing aggregates only, right? So if you want to make 1000 kilograms of concrete, how you will make it? How you will make it? If you want to make 1000 kilograms of concrete, how you can make it? If you have a ratio, mixed ratio of 1:2:4. The mixed ratio is 1:2:4. So it means just sum that ratio. What will be the sum of all these things? Sum will be 1 plus 2 plus 4 will be equal to 7. So this is, just remember that 1 was cement, 2 was sand, and 4 was aggregates. I'm just writing these letters so that you just remember that what was it. So if I want to manufacture, or I want to make 1000 kilograms of concrete, how I will calculate the cement? Cement is, as you know, there is 1 part of cement. So 1 for that. 1. How many parts of total? There are total 7 parts. This sum was 7. So multiply this with the total quantity, which was 1000 kilograms. And we will get, how much we will get? It will be 1000 divided by 7. It will be 142.8, or I will say 143 kilograms of cement. So this is how much cement you require for making 1000 kilograms of concrete. Now if you want to calculate sand, how much sand you need? Sand will be how many parts of sand were in total? There were 2 parts of sand, so it will be 2 by 7 into 1000. So how much you will get? So you will get to about 285 kilograms of sand. How much aggregates you need? Aggregates were 4 parts, so 4 by 7 into 1000. It was 1000. Will be 571 kilograms roughly. Kilograms, kilograms, kilograms. If you add all of these, you will get 1000 kilograms. So this is how you will calculate the different percentages. So if you have a plain cement concrete with a mixed ratio 1:2:4, and you want to manufacture 1000 kilograms of concrete, so how you will calculate the cement? Cement will be 1 part, so it will be 1/7, which was the sum of all that, 1 plus 2 plus 4, all that, the sum of that. So 1 by 7 into 1000, the total quantity, you will get 143 kilograms of cement. Then sand, same principle, the 2 divided by 7, the total, into 1000, 285. Then the aggregate, 4 parts of the aggregates were involved, 4/7 into 1000. So you will get 571 kilograms of aggregates, and the total will be 1000. Similarly, if you have any other ratio, for example, you have a mixed ratio of 1:3:6, and you want to manufacture this 1000 again, 2000, 10,000, how much, any quantity you can calculate. For example, first you need to calculate the sum of that. Sum will be 1 plus 3 plus 6 will be 10. So cement, if you want, again, you want 1000 kilograms of the total material, so cement will be 1/10 into 1000. Sand will be 3/10 into 1000, and aggregates will be 6/10 into 1000. This is, you will calculate all the quantities, any mixed ratio. For any mixed ratio, you can calculate the different, you can calculate the amount of the different ingredients. For example, in this case, cement, sand, or aggregates, you can calculate using this principle. So I was telling you that we have different ratios in which we can mix the concrete. Here you have the example for the when you mix the aggregates, when you mix the different sizes of the aggregate, sand and the cement, you will get a paste as shown in the figure 6.1 aggregate particle in the concrete, like this. So you have different, again, we were discussing about the plain cement concrete. Now in the plain cement concrete, we have different types of plain cement concrete. We have first type is the lean concrete. Lean concrete, if the cement content in the concrete is less than 10%, then the concrete is called the lean concrete and is commonly used under floors and foundations. PCC 1:4:8 and PCC 1:6:12 are the example of lean concrete. This is used for the foundations or floors. Under floors, if you want to provide the concrete, then this type of concrete can be used. अभी तक, just 1 second. मोहम्मद अब्दुल्ला, आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं? शहरयार इरफान भी आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं?
यस सर।
जी बताएं।
सर अभी आपने मेरे को बताई है इसकी 100 kg कंक्रीट की। सर यहाँ
1000 की।
पे यस सर। सर सीमेंट जब हम 143 kg आया, लेकिन हम अगर हम शॉप पे जाएंगे तो हम उनको ये तो नहीं कहेंगे ना, मैं 143 kg सीमेंट दें, वो हमें तो बैग्स में देंगे
ऐसे ही है।
सर। और फिर हम 143 इसको किस तरह कंक्रीट में मिक्स करेंगे?
देखिए बेटे, बात यह है कि व्हेन एवर यू डू अ कंस्ट्रक्शन, सो for the construction, for example, if you have a 5 model house, a smaller house having a dimension 25 feet cross 50 feet, you may need, for example, about 500 bags of cement for that. ठीक है,
ओके सर।
500 बैग्स चाहिए आपको, 400 बैग्स चाहिए, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द कंस्ट्रक्शन, द कवर्ड एरिया। ठीक है, आपको कितना चाहिए, सिंगल स्टोरी, डबल स्टोरी। सिंगल स्टोरी के लिए मे बी आपको 250 बैग्स में काम चल जाए। ठीक है, अगेन फिर बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स हैं, ज़्यादा हो सकते हैं, कम हो सकती है क्वांटिटी। तो जाहिर बात है, एक बैग होता है 50 किलोग्राम्स का। ठीक है, तो जाहिर
यस
बात है
सर।
फिर आप बैग्स में ही लेकर आएंगे, और अगर एक बैग एंड में बच जाता है तो कोई ऐसी बात नहीं है, कुछ ज़ाया भी बाजूकात होता है। तो ये कंस्ट्रक्शन का पार्ट है, 10% वेस्टेज होती है, बाजूकात 5% वेस्टेज होती है, मटेरियल की वेस्टेज ये चलती है, ये तो कोई ऐसी क्वांटिटी नहीं है। ठीक है, जब आप
ओके सर।
जब एक 5 मरले का घर बना रहे हैं, उस पे कंस्ट्रक्शन कॉस्ट 60 65 70 लाख रुपए आएगी, तो 500 की एक बोरी अगर ज़ाया हो गई, आधी बोरी ज़ाया हो गई 250 की, 500 रुपए का एक बैग है आजकल। ठीक है, तो डजेंट मैटर।
ओके
ठीक
सर,
है,
थैंक यू सर। यस सर,
ओके।
थैंक यू सर।
नवकाश, आप कुछ पूछना चाह रहे थे? वकार।
Sir, I was discussing about we were discussing about the quantity of concrete.
यस,
What about quality of concrete? How much concrete should be used?
द क्वालिटी, यू आर सेइंग अबाउट द क्वालिटी और
Yes,
क्वांटिटी?
sir. Quality.
Quality, I was telling you the quality of the concrete. The quality will comes in the next slide, in the coming topics, because whenever, for example, if we have more cement, then we have a more strength concrete. The strength of the concrete depends on the quantity of the cement used. For example, if you have a ratio 1:2 ratio 4, it has 1 parts of cement, 2 parts of sand, 4 parts of aggregates. And on the other hand, we have also concrete 1:4:8, 1 parts of cement, 4 parts of sand, and 8 parts of aggregate. So it means the concrete, the quantity of cement is reducing. So whenever we have lesser the cement or lesser binding material, we will have a less strength concrete. Okay, so whenever you need the concrete in the main parts, for example, for beams, for columns, for the roof, normally you use 1:2:4. Even sometimes higher than that, 1:1.5:3, sometimes you use that.
Thank you, sir.
Right? Irfan, sorry, Iqra was asking something.
Yes, sir. You talked about steel bars. So,
Yes.
किस फॉर्म में स्टील बार्स प्रेजेंट होंगे कंक्रीट के अंदर, या ये वो है जो जिसको हम कहते हैं गैस सरिया?
जी सरिया होगा, उसी स्टील बार इज अ सरिया। नॉर्मल लैंग्वेज के अंदर सरिया ही होता है। स्टील बार्स आर ऑफ डिफरेंट डायमीटर्स, ऑफ डिफरेंट स्ट्रेंथ. So it depends on the design. So it depends on the load coming on the structure. If you have a more load on the structure, you provide more steel bars, and you provide sometimes the steel bar which is of higher strength. So it depends. It is a design part. So I was showing you a figure in which there was a steel bar. Uh, One second, if that loads again somehow. Here, can you see that diagram? Not this one, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Can you see this video? The steel bars are in this form, different diameter, different strength. So this is the steel bars for the columns, for the beams. Okay.
No, sir. The thing was कि you told about कि plain cement concrete में we don't have steel bars. So,
Yes.
like वो कैसे होगा?
वो होगा for the plain cement concrete will be used for the foundations where it will be directly in contact with the soil. ठीक है, उनके ऊपर कोई ऐसे स्ट्रेसेस नहीं आ रहे होंगे कि जो टेंसाइल स्ट्रेसेस होंगे, because
Okay, sir.
whenever there will be some tensile stresses, then you have to place the steel bars inside that, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Muhammad Faizan was asking something.
नो सर, वो शहरयार भाई जो कह रहे थे ना वही था, सेम क्वेश्चन है शहरयार।
Okay, thank you. ये हैंड रेज दोबारा
सर
खत्म कर
आपने
दें।
सर आपने 1000 kg कंक्रीट की जो सीमेंट एग्रीगेट वगैरह बनाया, अगर हमें इससे ज्यादा हो तो उसका कैसे कैलकुलेट
Any
करेंगे सर हम?
quantity, any quantity you can calculate. आप 1 लाख किलोग्राम हो, एक जितनी मर्जी क्वांटिटी हो, 500 किलोग्राम हो, जितनी मर्जी क्वांटिटी हो, सेम प्रिंसिपल है, 1:2:4. द रेशियो इज इंपॉर्टेंट, ऑब्वियसली इन व्हाट रेशियो यू विल मिक्स ऑल दैट इंग्रेडिएंट्स, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. सो
ये
मल्टीप्लाई,
1:2:4 ये सब के लिए सेम है?
no, I told you that you have different ratios. Sometimes you have 1:2:4, sometimes you have 1:3:6, sometimes you have 1:4:8. It depends where you have to use that concrete. For the important parts or where you need the more strength, you need rich concrete, which is having high cement content. For example, 1:2:4 will be used for beams and columns. 1:4:8, which has less cement, it will be used for the foundations. For the lean concrete, we will say this is lean concrete. Right?
यस सर, समझ गए।
Anyone else? Any other questions so far?
यस सर। सर ये पूछना था भाई, जो स्टील बार्स होते हैं उसमें मतलब सरिये के अलावा गार्डर वगैरह को भी हम मतलब स्टील बार कह सकते हैं?
गार्डर्स आमतौर पे कंक्रीट के अंदर यूज आमतौर पे नहीं होते। गार्डर्स
Yes, sir.
यूज होते हैं फॉर स्टील स्ट्रक्चर्स नॉर्मली, जिनके अंदर जो एम्बेडेड नहीं होते कंक्रीट के अंदर, ठीक है। ब्रिजेस
ओके सर।
के केस के अंदर बाज़ औक़ात स्टील स्ट्रक्चर और भी बहुत सारे होते हैं, वो अभी फिलहाल आपके स्कोप में चीज़ें नहीं है।
सर वो मतलब जब हम गूगल पे सर्च करते हैं बीम्स एंड कॉलम्स, तो उनमें वो सर उनकी भी शेप्स आती है ना गार्डर्स
सिर्फ
वगैरह की, तो
जी,
इसलिए
वो
पता
बीम
कर।
एज अ बीम यूज हो सकती है, लेकिन वो विदाउट कंक्रीट होगी ना।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
यस सर।
जी प्लीज।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर, आपने अभी कहा था कि जो रेशियो है बीम के लिए अलग है, बेस के लिए अलग है, क्या हम ये रेशियो डिस्टर्ब कर सकते हैं ऊपर नीचे करें अगर?
एक्चुअली अगेन दोबारा ये मैं कहूँगा कि ये रेशियो, दिस इज कॉल्ड द मिक्स डिज़ाइन ऑफ कंक्रीट, ठीक है। तो ये रेशियो आप अभी इस स्टेज के ऊपर नहीं, आहिस्ता आहिस्ता जब आप डिपेंड करता है, जब कंक्रीट आप, ये रेशियो असल में डिज़ाइन की जाती है कि कितनी स्ट्रेंथ चाहिए और कितनी स्ट्रेंथ के लिए क्या रेशियो होगी, ठीक है। तो एक साइट इंजीनियर को जो रेशियो बताई जाती है, लेकिन डिज़ाइन इंजीनियर जो मिक्स डिज़ाइन इंजीनियर होगा वो रेशियो डिपेंडिंग ऑन द स्ट्रेंथ। फॉर एग्जांपल 4000 psi आपको स्ट्रेंथ चाहिए, 6000 psi स्ट्रेंथ चाहिए, कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ की बात होती है, ठीक है। कितनी स्ट्रेंथ की कंक्रीट चाहिए उस हिसाब से ये रेशियो वेरिएबल होती है।
ओके सर।
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि विच पार्ट ऑफ द कंक्रीट इज रिस्पांसिबल फॉर इट्स स्ट्रेंथ, एग्रीगेट और सीमेंट?
जहाँ पे
सर आवाज नहीं आती
आएंगे वहां पे ऑब्वियसली जो एक कंक्रीट को बाइंड करने वाली चीज है, जो मटेरियल को बाइंड करने वाली चीज है, वो बाइंडिंग मटेरियल ही है, सीमेंट ही है, ठीक है। बाकी स्ट्रेंथ प्रोवाइड करने के, देखें सरिया भी है, आपको सरिया भी अगर व्हेन यू विल प्रोवाइड द स्टील बार्स, यू हैव टू ऐड सीमेंट सो दैट इट विल मेक यूनिफॉर्म शेप और डिजायर्ड शेप एंड कीप ऑल द थिंग्स इंटैक्ट, ठीक है। उसको सब चीजों को बांध के रखने वाली चीज सीमेंट ही है मेनली।
सर व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ सैंड?
सॉरी,
सैंड का क्या रोल होगा कंक्रीट में?
सैंड इज विल बी यूज्ड एज अ फिलर मटेरियल, कॉस्ट को भी रिड्यूस करती है और फिर स्ट्रेंथ जो आपको डिजायर चाहिए वो मिल जाती है सैंड को डालें। So, इसीलिए जब आप 1:4:8 पे जाते हैं तो फिर आपके पास ऐसे ही होता है कि 1:4:8 में क्या है, सैंड ज्यादा है ना, सैंड ज्यादा है तो क्वांटिटी जो उसकी स्ट्रेंथ है कंक्रीट की वो कम हो जाएगी।
थैंक यू सर।
बुशरा,
सर ये जो हम स्टेयर्स में कंक्रीट फिलिंग करते हैं, ये कौन सी टाइप, प्लेन पीसीसी या फिर आरसीसी? क्योंकि इसकी स्लोप में तो हम जो स्टील बार्स हैं वो यूज करते हैं, बट इसके स्टेप्स में ही नहीं यूज करते, तो इसको हम किस में करेंगे?
दिस विल बी क्लासिफाइड एज आरसीसी। इसी तरह रूफ में भी होता है कि आमतौर पे बॉटम में स्टील पड़ता है, बीम्स में भी बाज़ औक़ात बॉटम में ज़्यादा पड़ता है, टॉप पे कम पड़ता है, ठीक है। तो ये होल स्ट्रक्चर विल बी कॉल्ड एज आरसीसी, रीइंफोर्स्ड सीमेंट कंक्रीट।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
ओके, आगे चलें। राइट, we are moving forward now, and I was telling you that we have different types depending on the strength we need. We have different types of concrete. First, we have a lean concrete. Lean concrete is a concrete in which we have a of less than 10%. It is used for the for underfloors and foundations. We use the plain cement concrete in a ratio 1:4:8 and in a ratio 1:6:12. It depends on the strength requirement. Then we have a normal concrete. If cement content is between 10 to 15%, the concrete is called normal concrete. The example of this concrete is PCC 1:2:4. This is called as normal concrete. Normal concrete is used in DPC, RCC, and floor finish. What is DPC? I will tell you later. RCC is reinforced cement concrete, and floor finish is the top floor, which is used for the finishing. Then we have a rich concrete. Rich concrete is the concrete in which the cement content is more than 15% as ratio as PCC 1:1.5:3. It is used for RCC, reinforced cement concrete, when smaller structure members required in support heavier load for the architectural reason. So whenever you need the concrete, whenever you need whenever you need a high strength concrete due to some reasons or architectural reason or any other reason, when you need high strength in the concrete, then you have to increase the cement ratio, and then it will be the 1:1.5:3. So these three types were of the plain cement concrete. Lean cement concrete having cement content less than 10%, normal concrete cement content of 10 to 15%, and rich concrete cement content above 15%. Then we have reinforced cement concrete. I told you earlier that reinforced cement concrete is abbreviated as RCC, is defined as the concrete with the addition of steel bars or reinforcement to resist the tension. So whenever you have tensile stresses, like in beams and columns and roof slabs, then we have to add the steel bars in it. Steel bars are of different diameters, are of different strength. So these are used for the beams, lintel, roof slabs, columns, etc. Then we have another definition is the mortar. What is a mortar? Mortar, जिसे आप उर्दू में प्लस्तर कहते हैं, ठीक है? Mortar is that thing. It is a mixture of fine aggregates. Fine aggregates means sand and cement. So it is used, mortar is a material used for plastering the walls and roof to join the bricks in the masonry. Bricks को join करने के लिए, दीवारों पे प्लास्टर करने के लिए ये यूज होता है. Mortars and lime, mud mortars and lime mortars were initially used, but nowadays cement sand mortar is mostly used and abbreviated as C by S mortar. It means cement, C for cement and S for sand. Cement sand mortar. Its constituents are cements and sand, and the ratio of these material is also specific. For example, sometimes we use 1:2 cement sand mortar, means that the cement is 1 part out of 3 by weight and sand is 2 part out of 3. For example, if we have an example of the mortar, we have a 1:2 cement sand mortar or 1:6 cement sand mortar. So how you will calculate the amount of the mortar? 1:2 means 1 part of cement, 2 parts of sand, right? Whenever you sum, first the same principle, you sum these two percentages. 1 plus 2 will give you 3. If you want to calculate the cement, if you want to prepare a mortar, again, for example, 500 kilograms mortar, for example, you want 500 kilograms of mortar. So how you will calculate the cement? It is a 1:2 mortar. So it will be the cement. If you want to calculate the cement will be 1 by sum, which will be the 3 into 500. This will give you the amount of cement. Sand will be 2 by 3 into 500. This will give you sand. Similarly, if you have 1:6 cement sand mortar, the sum will be 7. So it will be 1/7 and here 6/7. This is how you will calculate the cement and sand in a mortar. Then you have a beam. What is a beam? Beam is a horizontal structural member. I'll show you the examples here. Here, if we have a structure like this, we have some vertical members, we have some horizontal members. The horizontal member, one of the horizontal member is classified as beam. This is RCC beam. Sorry, I was telling you that about the beams. If you look at this structure, you can see that the horizontal members, here we have some horizontal members. All these horizontal members are classified as beams. Then you have some structural members which are in vertical position. These are the columns, right? So sometime there is another structural member on the top of the, on the top is called again the horizontal member. It's called the roof slab. जो सबके ऊपर छत आती है, जिसे आप छत आम ज़बान में कहते हैं, ठीक है? It's called roof slab. This is called RCC roof slab because there is steel bars inside. So I was telling you about the beam. Beam is a structural member used to provide support to the upper part of the building, leaving a clear space underneath and to transfer the load. So just remember a principle that if you have a building, load comes from the top and goes into the foundations. For example, on the top you have RCC slab. Some load will some load will be taken by that slab. The rest of the load will be transferred on the beams. Some load will be taken by the beams and the rest of the load will come on the columns or walls. Some load will be taken by these walls or columns and the rest will come on the foundation, and it will be transferred. The load will transfer eventually to the underlying foundation or the soil. So these are the horizontal members. The column are the vertical members. and the roof slab is used for the actual load carrying part of the term roof slab is used for the actual load carrying part of the roof present on the lowermost layer. The roof part is the top horizontal member. The load comes on the roof, then on the beams, columns, and then go in the foundation. Column again. Column is a structural member which provides a continuous support for the upper part of the building and carries the load directly up to the foundation. In the case of a column, the load acts along the longitudinal axis of the member. Column may be made up of the bricks, RCC and steel. The dimensions are lesser than the main part of the building. Then we have another thing I was telling you, that it is called DPC. What is DPC? I have one figure here to show what is DPC. You may have seen that if there is a house under construction, you may have seen that top layer. ठीक है, अब आप यहाँ पे देखें गौर से, बॉटम के ऊपर क्या है, नीचे ब्रिक्स आ रही हैं, ब्रिक्स नीचे तक जा रही होंगी और ये बन रहा है आपकी फाउंडेशन का पार्ट. जो भी नीचे जाएगा वो फाउंडेशन, जमीन से नीचे जो भी चीज़ है वो फाउंडेशन का पार्ट है. ठीक है, जमीन से कुछ ऊपर, जाहिर बात है हमने घर बिल्कुल जमीन के लेवल, ग्राउंड लेवल के ऊपर हम घर नहीं कंस्ट्रक्ट करते, हम थोड़ा ऊपर से कंस्ट्रक्ट करते हैं ताकि उसमें बहुत सारे इश्यूज हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल ड्रेनेज का भी इश्यूज हो सकते हैं, उसके अंदर जो है ना वो पानी ठहरे नहीं घर में, अंदर से बाहर ड्रेन हो जाए क्विकली. ठीक है, खास तौर पे ये इशू होता है. उसके अलावा जाहिर बात है जब ग्राउंड लेवल के साथ होंगी तो घर के अंदर डेब्रिज वगैरह इस तरह की चीज़ें भी डायरेक्टली उसके अंदर आ सकती हैं. तो यू प्रोवाइड, इसको जो आप स्ट्रक्चर है ये आप थोड़ा सा एलिवेटेड प्रोवाइड करते हैं. जब एक फिनिश इस जो टॉप लेयर डालते हैं, ये ग्राउंड लेवल से आप 1 to 2 फीट अप जाते हैं, उसके बाद ये एक लेयर डालते हैं प्लेन सीमेंट कंक्रीट की. समटाइम्स प्लेन सीमेंट कंक्रीट होती है, समटाइम आरसीसी रीइंफोर्स्ड सीमेंट कंक्रीट होती है, डिपेंड्स ऑन दी स्ट्रेंथ रिक्वायरमेंट. तो ये एक जो लेयर होती है ये एक वाटर प्रूफिंग लेयर होती है. वाटर प्रूफिंग लेयर हम क्यों प्रोवाइड करते हैं? क्योंकि आपको पता होगा कि सैंड जो एग्रीगेट्स सॉरी जो ब्रिक्स हैं ये एक पोरस स्ट्रक्चर होता है. अभी हम स्टॉप करेंगे, अजान हो जाए यहाँ पे, तो फिर हम स्टार्ट करते हैं. Right, I was telling you about the DPC. The DPC is abbreviated as damp proof course. Damp proof course का क्या मतलब है कि इसमें से dampness या water या नमी ऊपर नहीं जाएगी, ठीक है? तो you have a layer of this plain cement concrete. I was telling you that bricks have porous structure. Due to capillary rise, the water will penetrate and will come in the top part of the building, in the upper part of the building through these bricks. So we provide a cut-off layer so that the moisture cannot go up, and there is we have less chances of dampness in the walls in the superstructure. So we provide that layer which is called as DPC. Sometimes it is of plain cement concrete. Sometimes you provide this layer depending on the strength requirement. You provide this layer with the RCC, and on the top of the layer you provide 2 coats of hot bitumen. कोल टार जिसे आप कहते हैं उसको एक प्रोवाइड करते हैं एक लेयर. You provide some plastic layer as well, so it again depend on the porosity and the if you have the house in a damp area, you provide all these things. ये आपकी लेयर है, इसके ऊपर आप 2 coats of hot bitumen प्रोवाइड करते हैं, 2 उसके कोट करते हैं जिस तरह एक सफेदी का या पेंट का या कोट करते हैं ना, यहाँ पे एक बिचुमन ब्लैक कलर का उसको कोट कर देते हैं, ठीक है? उसके ऊपर एक आपके पास प्लास्टिक की लेयर डाल देते हैं ताकि नीचे से मॉइस्चर ऊपर ट्रांसफर ना हो सके. तो ये कहलाती है डैम्प प्रूफ कोर्स. Then you have bricks. It is a main structural unit. And how it is made up? It is made up of burning the clay. So a properly burnt clay soil in a specific shape will give you brick. What are the normal dimensions of the brick? Brick is made up. It is the size of the brick is 9 inches in length, 4.5 inches width, and 3 inches height. Then we have a ceiling height. Ceiling height is a height from the finished floor level to till the slab, the bottom portion of the slab. Normally it is between 8 to 12 feet. So where we have some air conditioning, if we are planning for some air conditioning in a building, then we normally provide less height. But if we are planning not to provide air conditioning system inside a building, then we provide the roof or the ceiling height, which is more. So we are finishing today's lecture, I think, till here. So now we will discuss about any questions. If you have any question and queries, you can ask me now. Just let me